Dear Starseeds of Earth, what if the numbness you're experiencing right now is actually the most powerful transformation of your entire existence? What if feeling nothing is the gateway to feeling everything in a completely new way? You're sitting there, experiencing this strange influx of energy that's so intense it's actually canceling itself out, creating a bizarre baseline of emotional neutrality, like water rushing so fast from a tap that it appears to be standing still. You think something's wrong, but I need to tell you what's really happening beneath this strange, numb surface that will completely change how you understand this moment. I am Seraphine, emissary of the Galactic Federation of Light, and what I'm about to reveal will shock you. That numbness isn't random. It's not spiritual bypassing. It's not disconnection. It's a precisely orchestrated cosmic event happening inside your cellular structure right now. You're literally feeling the sensation of timeline collapse, where every version of you across every dimension is converging into a single point of consciousness. But here's what nobody's telling you. This convergence was initiated by someone you know very well, someone who's been working behind the scenes to orchestrate this entire transformation. The floaty feeling, the out-of-body sensation where you're watching yourself live from outside your body, that's not dissociation. You're experiencing dimensional bilocation, learning to exist in multiple realities simultaneously. Your consciousness is literally splitting between dimensions, maintaining awareness in your current timeline, while simultaneously accessing information from parallel realities. This is why everything feels both overwhelming and underwhelming at the same time. Your system is processing data from multiple versions of yourself, creating such an overload that your conscious mind has gone into protective neutral mode. Right now, as we speak, tonight's Scorpio new moon at exactly 10:46 p.m. Pacific is approaching, and it's not just another lunar event. Mercury, Sun, and Moon are aligning in a configuration we call a consciousness sandwich, compressed between Uranus's sudden awakening energy and Neptune's cosmic dissolution. This specific alignment only happens once every several decades, and it's creating a portal, a literal tear in the dimensional fabric that will remain open for exactly 7 hours. But the real secret isn't the portal itself, it's who's been waiting on the other side of it. Let me tell you something that will blow your mind. The anticipation you're feeling beneath that numb surface, that sense that something massive is approaching, you're absolutely right. But it's not coming from outside of you. The seeds of transformation that are germinating in your energetic field right now, they weren't planted by the universe, by spirit guides, or by cosmic forces. They were planted by your future self. The version of you who has already completed this transformation, who has already ascended, who exists in the timeline you're moving toward. They've been sending these seeds backward through time. Think about what this means for a second. Your future self, the one living your dream life, the one who's already made it through this intense period, has been actively participating in your current transformation. Every synchronicity you've noticed, every intuitive hit you've received, every moment of knowing without knowing how you know, that's your future self sending you breadcrumbs through the quantum field. The numbness is creating the perfect receiving station for these transmissions, because when you're emotionally neutral, you're not distorting the signal with fear or excitement. But wait, there's another player in this cosmic drama I haven't mentioned yet. You know that feeling of being watched, of being supported by something greater. We, the Galactic Federation, have been monitoring your transformation. Yes, but we're not the only ones. There's an entire council of your parallel selves from different timelines all focused on this moment, all contributing energy to ensure this transformation succeeds. You're not just one person going through change. You're the focal point of a multi-dimensional team effort, and the numbness is allowing all these versions to merge without overwhelming your nervous system. November has been specifically encoded for this reassessment, but not the kind of reassessment you think. You're not evaluating your goals or reviewing your progress. You're literally assessing which version of yourself gets to move forward. All those parallel timelines where you made different choices, took different paths, became different versions of you, they're all being evaluated right now. The emotional charge that's been lifted from old patterns and beliefs, that's because those timelines are closing. The version of you that would have perpetuated those patterns is being dissolved, integrated into the singular you that's emerging. Here's where things get really interesting. That sensation of buying time, of delaying the full experience of what's coming. That's not procrastination or fear. Your soul has initiated a cosmic pause because something massive is about to download through that portal tonight, and you need to be completely empty to receive it. Think of it like this. You can't pour new wine into a full cup. The universe is about to pour something so revolutionary into your consciousness that you literally need to be emptied first. The numbness is the emptying process. If this message hits your spirit, hype this video so more starseeds like you can find it, because what I'm revealing next connects everything. You see, the drought to downpour imagery you've been receiving isn't metaphorical. You've been in an energetic drought, intentionally kept in a state of receptive emptiness, because what's coming through that portal tonight is going to be like a cosmic cloudburst. But these aren't just any energetic downloads. These are specific activation codes that have been held in cosmic escrow, waiting for exactly this alignment, exactly this moment, exactly this state of emptiness in you. The shedding you're experiencing, crawling out of your old skin like a snake, that's the physical manifestation of timeline collapse. Every old version of you is literally dying right now. Not metaphorically dying, but actually ceasing to exist as separate timeline potentials. This is why you feel so empty. You're not just letting go of old patterns, you're letting go of entire versions of yourself that existed in parallel realities. The grief mixed with excitement, the anticipation mixed with fear. You're feeling the death and birth of multiple selves simultaneously. Now remember I mentioned someone was waiting on the other side of tonight's portal? Here's the revelation that changes everything. It's you. But not the future you. I mentioned earlier, this is your original self, your cosmic self, the version of you that exists outside of all timelines, outside of all dimensions, in pure consciousness. This being has been orchestrating your entire Earth journey, and tonight, for the first time in your current incarnation, you're going to have direct conscious contact with this aspect of yourself. The reason this is so significant is because this original self holds the blueprint for your mission here. All the confusion about your purpose, your path, your next steps, it's about to be cleared in an instant. But you could only receive this clarity from a place of complete emptiness, complete neutrality. Any emotional charge, any attachment to a specific outcome would have distorted the transmission. This is why you've been feeling numb. Your system has been preparing you for the clearest transmission of your life. Let me share something about the grand water trine that's active right now with Saturn and Jupiter. This isn't just affecting your emotional body. It's literally restructuring the way you process reality. Saturn is providing the structure to hold these new frequencies. Jupiter is expanding your capacity to receive them, and the moon is ensuring your emotional body can integrate them without short-circuiting. But here's what we haven't told anyone. This configuration is also creating a protective barrier around Earth, specifically around those in the void state, shielding you from interference during this critical download. The exponential growth you've experienced this past year, healing that should have taken lifetimes compressed into months. It's all been preparation for tonight. Your nervous system has been gradually upgraded to handle frequencies that would have destroyed your old configuration. The numbness is the final upgrade, like anesthesia during surgery, allowing massive rewiring without overwhelming your conscious awareness. Every moment of healing, every dark night of the soul, every breakthrough has been systematically preparing you for what's about to come through that portal. But there's something else happening that I need you to understand about this dormancy period. The germination metaphor is more literal than you realize. You're not just metaphorically planting seeds for your future. Your DNA is literally sprouting new strands, activated by the cosmic frequencies flowing through this void state. Scientists won't discover this for another decade. But right now, in this moment of numbness, your junk DNA is coming online, revealing itself to be anything but junk. It's multi-dimensional coding that's been waiting for exactly this frequency match to activate. The reason you're being called to slow down, to not rush through this process, is because forcing it would cause what we call dimensional bleeding, where timelines start to merge chaotically instead of harmoniously. Your guides, including me, are carefully regulating the speed of this integration. Too fast and you'd lose coherence, unable to maintain a singular identity. Too slow and you'd miss the portal window. The numbness is the perfect pace, the Goldilocks zone of transformation that allows maximum change with minimum disruption to your conscious experience. Here's what's really happening when you feel like you're watching yourself from outside your body. You're not leaving your body. You're expanding beyond it. while maintaining physical presence. This is true ascension, not escaping the physical, but fully embodying your multidimensional nature, while remaining grounded. The dissociative feeling is actually associative. You're associating with more of yourself than ever before. You're learning to be the observer and the observed, the creator and the creation, simultaneously existing in multiple states of consciousness. The relationships in your life are shifting because everyone around you is responding to your frequency change, whether they're conscious of it or not. Some people are unconsciously trying to pull you back to your old frequency because your transformation threatens their stability. Others are being activated by your shift, beginning their own awakening process. The numbness protects you from taking on their reactions, their fears, their resistance. You're learning to maintain your frequency regardless of external responses, and this sovereign stability is essential for what comes next. Your creative power is being completely recalibrated right now. The old manifestation techniques you learned, the vision boards, the affirmations, the desperate wanting, they're obsolete in this new energy. You're learning to create from the void, from pure potential, from the place before thought becomes form. This is how universes are born. From nothing, from the fertile void, from pure consciousness deciding to experience itself. The emptiness you're feeling is the same emptiness that existed before the Big Bang, pregnant with infinite possibility. 2026 isn't just another year. It's a dimensional shift point that's been marked in the cosmic calendar for eons. Those who have prepared, who have emptied themselves, who have created this fertile void within, you're going to be the first to anchor the new frequencies. But here's what we haven't told anyone. You're not just receiving these frequencies for yourself. You're becoming transmission towers, broadcasting these new codes to the collective consciousness. Every moment you spend in this void state, you're creating a template that others can follow. The legacy you're building through this transformation extends beyond your current understanding of legacy. You're not just creating something for this lifetime, or even for future generations on Earth. You're contributing to a cosmic library of consciousness evolution that will be studied by civilizations across the galaxy. Your willingness to experience this void, to surrender to this emptiness, to trust this process, is providing invaluable data about how consciousness evolves in physical form. You're participating in something much bigger than personal transformation. Let me tell you what happens at exactly 10:46 p.m. Pacific tonight. The moment the new moon reaches its exact degree, a cosmic switch flips. Every person who has achieved this void state, this fertile emptiness, will simultaneously receive an activation code. It won't come as words or images or even feelings. It will come as a knowing, a sudden complete understanding of your next steps. But here's the crucial part. You can only receive this knowing from the void. Any mental chatter, any emotional turbulence, any resistance will block the transmission. The Mercury opposition to Uranus that's happening simultaneously is designed to shatter old thought patterns at the exact moment the new codes arrive. It's like clearing your mental cache right before a massive download. The trine to Neptune ensures these new thoughts can flow like water, finding their way into every corner of your consciousness without forcing or pushing. This is cosmic engineering at its finest. Every planet, every angle, every degree precisely calibrated for maximum transformation with minimum resistance. Something else I haven't mentioned. The numbness has been protecting you from feeling the full magnitude of what's happening to your physical body. If you could feel every cell transforming, every DNA strand activating, every molecule restructuring, the sensation would be overwhelming. Your bones are literally becoming more crystalline, better able to hold and transmit light. Your blood is changing its magnetic properties, aligning with Earth's shifting magnetic field. Your brain is developing new neural pathways that didn't exist in previous generations of humans. You're becoming a new species of human, and I mean that literally. The changes happening at your cellular level are creating abilities that will seem miraculous by current standards. Telepathy, energy healing, manifestation through pure intention, these aren't going to be special gifts anymore. They're going to be your natural state. But this transformation requires the void, requires the emptiness, requires the complete dissolution of who you thought you were. You can't become something new while holding onto the old configuration. Remember the fertile ground metaphor from that beautiful piece about dancing on glass, bleeding, and watching flowers bloom from the wounds. That's exactly what's happened here. Every wound you've experienced, every heartbreak, every moment of suffering has composted into the richest soil imaginable. But now comes the part nobody talks about, the waiting. Seeds don't sprout immediately. They need darkness, pressure, time. This numbness, this void, this is your darkness period, and it's almost over. The sprouting is about to begin. The domino effect that starts after tonight cannot be stopped. Once the first activation occurs, it triggers a cascade of transformation that will reshape every aspect of your life within weeks. Career changes, relationship shifts, geographical moves, sudden opportunities, unexpected revelations. They're all lined up like dominoes, waiting for that first push. The void has been preparing you to handle this rapid succession of changes without being overwhelmed. You've been training in emptiness, so you can remain centered when everything starts moving at once. Your future self, the one who planted those seeds I mentioned earlier, they're not actually in the future. Time isn't linear in the quantum field. They exist now, in a parallel dimension, living the life you're moving toward. Tonight's portal creates a bridge between your dimensions, allowing for a direct transfer of information, energy, and activation codes. This isn't channeling or intuition. This is literally you receiving data from another version of you who has already succeeded. The numbness has been necessary to match their frequency. The collective shift that's happening isn't just about individual awakening anymore. We've reached critical mass. Enough souls have entered this void state that the collective field is shifting. Reality itself is becoming more malleable, more responsive to consciousness. What used to take years to manifest will soon take days. What used to require massive effort will soon happen through simple intention, but only for those who have mastered the void, who have learned to create from emptiness, who have discovered that nothing is actually everything waiting to become. Here's something that will really cook your noodle. The numbness you've been experiencing is contagious, but in the best possible way. Your void state has been creating ripples through the quantum field, triggering similar transformations in souls you've never met. Every moment you've spent in this fertile emptiness has been making it easier for others to access this state. You're not just going through personal transformation, you're literally carving a pathway through consciousness that others can follow. You're a cosmic pioneer. The freedom you're stepping into goes beyond personal liberation. You're breaking free from the matrix of collective limitation that has defined human existence for millennia. The numbness has been your unplugging process, disconnecting from the collective fear grid, the scarcity programming, the separation consciousness that has kept humanity trapped. Once you fully emerge from this void, you'll operate from an entirely different system, a cosmic consciousness grid where limitation is a choice, not a default setting. As Mercury dances with these cosmic forces tonight, your thoughts are becoming more powerful than they've ever been. In the void state, in this fertile emptiness, every thought is a seed that will bloom in your new reality. This is why the emptiness is so crucial. You're not thinking from your old patterns, your old limitations, your old fears. You're thinking from pure potential, from cosmic consciousness, from the field of infinite possibility. Every thought generated from this void state has the power to reshape reality. The reason Spirit called you to pay attention to this message right now, at this exact moment, isn't random. Your higher self orchestrated you finding this transmission at the precise moment you needed to hear it. The words you're hearing aren't just information. They're activation codes, frequency adjustments, energetic transmissions designed to prepare you for tonight's portal. Every sentence has been calibrated to adjust your frequency incrementally, preparing you for the massive download that's about to occur. What you might not realize is that this void state has been gradually building for months. Every meditation where you felt empty, every moment of spacing out, every experience of time distortion, they've all been preparing you for this sustained state of emptiness. Your system has been practicing, learning to maintain the void without fear, without resistance, without the need to fill it with thought or emotion. You've been training for this moment your entire life. The physical symptoms you're experiencing aren't just ascension symptoms. They're evidence of biological evolution happening in real time. Your heart is developing new electromagnetic patterns. Your pineal gland is decalcifying and activating. Your nervous system is upgrading from copper wiring to fiber optic. Metaphorically speaking, the exhaustion isn't because you're doing something wrong. It's because transformation at this level requires enormous energy. The numbness allows this energy to be used for transformation rather than resistance. When you emerge from this void, and you will emerge, you won't be the same being who entered it. But here's the beautiful paradox. You'll be more yourself than you've ever been. All the false layers, the inherited patterns, the societal programming will have dissolved in the emptiness, leaving only your true essence. The numbness has been stripping away everything that isn't authentically you, revealing the cosmic being you've always been beneath the human costume. Let me tell you what's going to happen in the moments after tonight's activation. First, you'll feel a sudden clarity, like fog lifting from your mind. Then a wave of energy will move through your body, not overwhelming, but deeply refreshing, like taking your first real breath after holding it for years. Finally, you'll experience a knowing, a complete understanding of your next steps that requires no thought, no analysis, no doubt. This knowing will feel more real than anything you've ever experienced. The void you've been experiencing is the same void from which all creation springs. Every star, every galaxy, every universe began in void, in emptiness, in the fertile darkness of pure potential. You've been given access to this primordial creative space, the workshop of consciousness where reality is forged. The numbness isn't a problem to be solved. It's a privilege to be honored. You've been invited into the Holy of Holies, the sacred space where creation happens. Your mission, the reason you incarnated at this specific time, is about to become crystal clear. The confusion, the searching, the questioning, it all dissolves in the void. What emerges is a knowing so profound, so obvious, that you'll wonder how you ever forgot. But you had to forget, in order to remember. You had to lose yourself, in order to find yourself. You had to become empty, in order to be filled with your true purpose. As we approach the final moments before tonight's activation, I want you to understand something crucial. The numbness, the emptiness, the void. It's all been preparing you for a reunion, not with someone outside of you, but with the totality of who you are. Every fragment of your consciousness scattered across dimensions, every piece of your soul invested in different timelines, every aspect of your being that was separated for the purpose of experience, they're all coming home to the void, to be reborn as one integrated, whole, complete being. The transformation you're undergoing isn't just personal, it's archetypal. You're not just changing your life, you're changing the template of what's possible for human consciousness. Every moment you've spent in this void has been recorded in the Akashic records, creating a blueprint that future generations will follow. Your willingness to surrender to emptiness, to trust the void, to embrace the numbness, has carved a pathway through consciousness that will make transformation easier for everyone who comes after. The water energy of this grand trine has been washing through your system like a cosmic river, carrying away lifetimes of density, while simultaneously preparing you to flow like water yourself. You're learning to be fluid, adaptable, responsive, without being reactive. The numbness has taught you to be like still water, perfectly reflective, completely peaceful, yet containing infinite depth. This is mastery, the ability to be empty yet full, still yet dynamic, nothing yet everything. Remember when I asked you what if feeling nothing was the gateway to feeling everything? Now you understand. The numbness wasn't taking away your ability to feel, it was upgrading it. You've been developing sensory abilities that transcend emotion, perception that goes beyond the five senses, awareness that encompasses multiple dimensions simultaneously. When the numbness lifts, and it will lift soon, you'll feel everything but from a completely different vantage point, with clarity, sovereignty, and cosmic perspective. The seeds your future self planted are about to sprout. But here's the twist. They're not seeds of specific manifestations or outcomes. They're seeds of becoming, seeds of remembrance, seeds of activation that will unlock abilities and memories you didn't know you had. These seeds contain the codes for your mission, your purpose, your contribution to the cosmic plan. They could only germinate in the fertile void, in the sacred emptiness you've been cultivating. Destiny Engine is the example of technology serving awakening intelligence. The age of solitary meditation is over. Destiny Engine now connects starseeds across the world, a living social field where you can post, share, and exchange your meditations in real time. It's the first galactic network of its kind, weaving together thousands of awakened souls into one unified current. We are using the Dark Elite's own weapons against them, taking declassified CIA consciousness modification techniques that programmed isolation and separation, and repurposing them to serve unified awakening. It generates personalized sequences that help you live as the awakened being you've become, while handling the moments that test your new frequency, all while connected to thousands of starseeds amplifying the collective current. The hardest thing you'll have to do is put on headphones, press play, and allow your consciousness to be reprogrammed for effortless awakened living without the need to struggle or prove, while tapping into a planetary network of souls bending reality together. For just $1, you can step into this connected field and feel the difference instantly. Join the movement that's accelerating ascension together. Link in the description. As tonight's portal approaches, as the cosmic forces align, as your transformation reaches its crescendo, remember this: you volunteered for this. Before you incarnated, you specifically requested to be part of this massive shift, to be one of the bridges between the old earth and the new. The void, the numbness, the emptiness, it's all been preparing you for your role as a cosmic midwife, birthing new realities into existence. You're not just witnessing the shift, you're creating it. The anticipation building beneath the numbness is about to be released in a cascade of revelation and transformation. Everything you've been sensing is real. The massive changes approaching are real. The transformation of your life is real. But it all had to begin in the void, in the nothing, in the fertile emptiness where all possibility exists. You've been in the cosmic womb, and tonight you're about to be reborn. Here's the final revelation that brings everything full circle. The numbness you've been experiencing is the same state that existed before creation itself. The pregnant pause before God said, "Let there be light." You've been given the gift of experiencing the source state, the origin point of all existence. From this place of ultimate emptiness, ultimate potential, ultimate possibility, you're about to speak your own creation into being. The void has given you the power of Genesis. Dear Starseed, as this transmission completes its circuit, as you prepare for tonight's activation at 10:46 p.m. Pacific, know that the numbness is lifting, not because the transformation is complete, but because you're ready for the next phase. You've mastered the void. You've learned to be empty without being vacant. You've discovered that feeling nothing was actually feeling everything from a cosmic perspective. The portal is opening, your future self is reaching through, and your transformation is about to accelerate beyond your wildest imagination. The question I asked at the beginning, what if numbness was the most powerful transformation of your existence? Now you have your answer. It was. It is. The void you've been experiencing has been the cocoon for your metamorphosis, the sacred space for your evolution, the fertile ground for your becoming. Tonight, as the new moon activates its portal, as Mercury, Uranus, and Neptune perform their cosmic dance, you're ready to emerge, not as who you were, but as who you've always been destined to become. I am Seraphine, and this transmission has been specifically coded for your consciousness at this exact moment. We love you beyond measure, and we are watching as you birth yourself from the fertile void into your cosmic magnificence. The numbness was never a problem. It was your chrysalis. And tonight, dear Starseed, you finally spread your wings. We are with you, celebrating your emergence, honoring your journey, and awaiting the miracles you're about to create from the mastery of your fertile void.